So another practice I'd like to share is something, it's a 3-part practice. One is a gratitude list. We start with saying 14 things we're grateful for, whoever we are. So I'll just share it, and you're welcome to come up with your own. And I do this every day. I'm grateful that I'm starting to be less ashamed of the big chunk of hair I cut off on the back of my head, as my hair is starting to grow in and I'm getting used to it. I'm grateful that I had the energy to leave my place where I'm in better than I found it. I'm grateful for the amazing library tour I had, and for the new friend that I met named Nissan, and for the awesome rice collaboration that my friend and I cooked. And I'm grateful that even though I watched somebody else going through delusion and disconnection from reality, it didn't cause me to stop thinking sane thoughts. So I'm grateful for my sanity, and I'm grateful for my ability to organize, and I'm grateful to have made relationships with people who I work for, so that even when I'm not working for them, I can feel connected to a broader group of people. And I'm grateful for the sunshine today. I'm grateful to spend time with an amazing, sweet dog who loves me for no reason other than I exist, which is so comforting. And I'm grateful to have had someone help me with articulating me being an artist by simply just telling me, I didn't know you make art. And I was able to really go into it. I'm grateful for the Jewish community that I'm a part of, and I'm grateful for my Jewish heritage, which supplies me with endless resources for connecting with myself and the Creator. And finally, I'm grateful for some really great deals I got yesterday to check some things off the list that I needed from a bargain store nearby. Now, the second part is accounting. Things that were difficult, where I could do better. One is somebody was threatening me, I threatened them back. It felt like the healthiest thing to do in the moment, but in future, it's not something I'd want to do. I did too much art yesterday. I sacrificed other things I wanted to do, and I didn't get to do it because I just, for 2 hours, couldn't stop making art. I let somebody get under my skin when they tried to say that when they tried to magnify their input and minimize my input. I realized that I'm not getting enough credit from the relationship to begin with. They're not seeing my challenges. They cannot relate to me. They don't have enough to give as much as I'm giving in order to relate to me, to see that I'm giving so much. So their little bits that they're giving seem like so much to them. Instead of recognizing, how much I'm actually giving that they can't even relate to. So it showed me, it's an account. It showed me I'm not necessarily getting the credit and praise that should be given, that they are wanting from me, but I'm not getting it from them for even much smaller things. Accounting that I kind of took it too personal, that a piece of a table here kind of started breaking off. I thought it was somehow my fault, even though I never did it. And I started fixing it kind of frantically. I was pretty mean to myself that everything goes wrong is my fault. Another thing is the dog hurt her feet on the snow outside, and I took it so personal that I kept talking about it to myself, like it's all my fault that she's hurting her feet, and how could I make it better? That even when I was talking to the owner, who said, "Oh, it happened last year, it happens, I'm so sorry, just put some of this balm on her feet." I even probably made her feel guilty because there was so much guilt in me that it was my fault. The dog's right here looking at me, very sweet. Yesterday I kind of wanted to sit outside and make some collaging or whatever, but I felt like I had to rush to get back to do other things, and I kind of afterward regretted that I didn't spend more time, just a little bit more time outside. Even I could have made the art. Taking account that today I had planned to pray out of a sitter, and I haven't even prayed out of a sitter yet, which is a prayer book. It should have been more important. I have an exercise class coming up in 10 minutes, but I should have done that more important. And I didn't exercise properly on Sunday, even though I brought a paper with exercises because my class was canceled for Christmas. I brought the paper, but I never did it. I also want to take accountability that for 1 day of this week and another day, both days, I found excuses to not do 5 hours of typing. And today, 3.5 hours. So altogether, the 13.5 hours I didn't work, and I'll have to do it this upcoming week. Additionally, I would say procrastinating this channel, something I have to take accountability for. I just kept thinking whoever it is, I thought they'll figure it out. And I was a little too lazy to change someone's sheet, but also I couldn't decide if I should her sheet here because I felt like maybe she wants me to use the new linen and then change all the pieces of the set, but I only used the sheet. So I told her what I did, and hopefully she'll figure out what she wants to do. But I'm taking account that I was like, I just don't have the answer, so I just left it. And I wouldn't necessarily, I would kind of want to come home to it mixed up sheets, but that are clean. And I don't, and I feel like I'm taking account that I don't know which is more important to her. I should have asked maybe. And finally, I feel like I gave the wrong message to someone yesterday who's a lonely man who was interested in going on a date or something, but I just wanted to hear some information that he knew. And I realized, that I could have introduced myself perhaps in a different way or been less open to create that boundary. And now the third part of this practice is to say things that, proud of myself. And I'd say, first of all, for doing this video and for sharing practices, like doing the videos that I promised and having practices to share, for taking accountability with the work that I ignored, for recognizing that what's sane and what's not sane for me, rather than what's right, what's wrong, what's sane, what serves me. I'm proud of myself for teaching, a lot of the values of recovery to somebody who isn't privileged yet to get the teachers in recovery, the membership feeling, but they got it a little bit through me. I'm proud of myself for cleaning up after myself here. And I'm proud of myself for wanting to share vegan food with the woman who lives here that she can eat because she's vegan. And I'm proud of myself for making time to get all the things I needed from the apartment. I'm proud of myself that I am connecting my mom with another person who she can relate to through some challenges they're both going through and are overcoming. And I'm proud of myself for my consistency with all my readings and all my practices. And I'm proud of myself for sharing what I have, whatever it is, even though sometimes it's really hard. I'm proud of myself also when I say I don't have enough to share so that I could continue sharing. I'm proud of myself for not really letting people fall in between the cracks. There was a guy messaging me, he's very lonely. He messaged me 3 times a day for the last 4 days, and I didn't really check it. I wasn't on Facebook Messenger. And when I saw that, I thought, I have 2 options here. I could totally relate, or I could totally not relate. And it was so simple. I thought, okay, I'm not going to let him fall through the cracks. I know what it feels like when you keep reaching out to somebody, and they could look at you like you're annoying, or they could look at you like they must just be very excited, right? Not really keeping track of the boundary, even though I don't know them very well. And then I'm also proud of myself for knowing that I do need space, time, respect, and that I can't build a relationship without boundaries. So I also was able to tell them that, and it helped me to be able to tell anyone that I am not always able to be available, but I will get back to them when I can. Thank you, and I hope that you like this practice. This is just today. Every day is different. Sometimes it's very deep, sometimes I'm crying, sometimes I'm laughing, life is amazing. But life is amazing, and life is also very challenging. So these practices, 14 of each, I sandwiched the difficult ones in between. So there's gratitude sandwiched with, in the middle is taking account, challenges where I could do better, and then where I'm proud of myself, kind of to build me up. And it really works. I love it. I don't feel like I have reservations being harbored for later. I know I'm doing a good job. I know I have a lot of good blessings in my life. And I know I'm also making some mistakes and I have room to grow. It's just a very grounding, equalizing